People really seem to love Greg the Uber driver, and he is honestly becoming one of my favorites to see what is going on in Florida. So here are a few videos where he is updating what is going on the ground in Florida. So go ahead and check out Greg the Uber driver if you want to support him on his TikTok page. And he does have merchandise going on over there. But I really love how he's giving numbers and he's showing video. So go ahead, check out his videos and go over to his TikTok page. I will make sure to put it in the description where you can go support him over there. All right, you guys jump in the comments. Tell me what you think. Like, comment, share.
Hello, it's Greg the Uber driver. Today is Sunday, July 9th, and I have huge political news and data and evidence showing the impact of the policies by Governor DeSantis and the impact that it's having on tourism and certainly in parts of Florida. I'm seeing this certainly in South Florida, and I have concrete evidence now from Orange County, from Orlando, the Disney area, that they are seeing a drop in tourism. How do I know this? It was reported in the news on Friday. It was actually released on Thursday that Orange County sees tourism tax dollars tumble for another month from the Orlando Orange County tourism tax on hotels. This is the first time since early 2021 that Orange County has seen a decline in the collection of hotel revenue taxes, known as the tourist development taxes. There's 6% on hotel stays and also on Airbnb lodging. And this is the first time since 2021 that we've had 2 consecutive months of declines. Now, this is a tax that's on hotels. It's a local tax that's used for development in each county. And it's a reflection of how many people are staying in hotels. And obviously it is dropping. Orange County Controller Phil Diamond released on Thursday, July the 6th, these numbers demonstrating a clear drop. If you look at the May 22 to May 23 numbers, you'll see in May of 22, Orlando, Orange County collected $28.08 million in tax revenues, whereas in May 2023, they collected $26.2 million, so about a $2 million drop in the revenues from May of 22 to May of 23. Same month. And then if we look at April of 22 to April 23, we see in April 22, they collected $34.86 million. And in April of 23, it dropped to $33.6 million, about another $1 million drop. And this indicates, again, tourists are not coming to the Orlando, Orange County area. I've seen it with my rides in Uber in South Florida. And this is a concrete evidence here. This is the first time since 2021 there have been 2 consecutive months of a downturn. This was in the Orlando Sun-Sentinel. It was in the Orlando Weekly, and it was on a couple of the local Orlando TV stations on Friday. So I'm not making it up. You can Google it. The evidence is there, and it's showing that tourists are not coming. Now, my question to you is, why are tourists all of a sudden reducing the numbers? It's not because inflation. It's not because it's not because it's summer. This is the same month of 22 to the same month in 23. They're dropping because of the policies enacted by our governor, by Governor DeSantis, and by our state legislature that are impacting various groups. I have to be careful how I say what I say because TikTok does not like certain words. And so you all know with the immigration policies, with the policies with other groups here in Florida, with the various changes that we've seen, and with the political climate change the way it has, people have decided that they are not coming to Florida because of the governor. They have issued advisories indicating they don't want to go here. We also have seen throughout the state conventions canceled. Again, today I noticed there were announced 6 conventions in Broward County that have been canceled. There have been several in the Orlando area and several in the Tampa-St. Pete that represent millions and millions of dollars that are being canceled. You all know why it's being canceled. I have to be careful how I say it because TikTok dings me if I say certain words. So I don't want to say those words, but you know exactly why they're not coming. It all has to do with the changes in these laws. So trying to educate everybody about what's going on, educate others, and you can Google it to get the actual hard facts. I may post out a couple of articles too later. Thank you. Hello, it's Greg the Uber driver. Today is Sunday, July the 9th. reporting more about travel and tourism impacts going on in Florida as due to the Governor DeSantis's policies, which many people don't care for. Yesterday, it was reported that Broward County and the Sun Sentinel has lost 6 conventions, and they all cite the divisive political climate caused by Governor DeSantis and the Republican legislature and their policies. The group president and CEO, Stacey Ritter, says that there's a clear pattern when it comes to the recent convention cancellations. Florida and Fort Lauderdale metro area had a record tourism through the first quarter of 2023, but now as these policies that were voted on by the legislature and signed by the governor in April, May, and even the beginning of June are having a toll on our economic impact and on conventions coming to Florida right now. And so another part of that is that normally these groups book years in advance when they plan these large conventions. I have seen evidence that have conventions been canceled in Orlando, in Tampa, St. Pete. So this is going on throughout the state. They also indicated that the 6 conventions in the Broward County, Fort Lauderdale metro area would cost the county and city $9 million. I don't have a total of all the conventions that have been canceled throughout Florida, but there had been many. And they all cite the divisive political climate created by Governor DeSantis and the legislature. So you may thank them if you're beginning to see a toll. Also, if you saw my post from yesterday, the Orange County hotel tax revenues, as reported by their comptroller at the end of last week, had dropped both in April and May of 2023 over 2022, and they declined significantly from April until May of this year. And again, it is reflected as a result of the divisive political climate in Florida caused by the governor. I have to be careful what I say because TikTok doesn't like us to use certain words, and because they've dinged me on saying a couple of words that I didn't realize were a problem, but apparently they are. But you all know what words I'm talking about. You know which laws I'm talking about, and they're quite divisive. Thank you for your input. Educate others about this, and I hope you have a great Sunday. Hello, it's Greg, the Uber driver. Today is Friday, July the 7th, and this was from the Fort Lauderdale airport this morning in the arrivals. I was going to pick up a rider, and I want you, as my followers and viewers, to play Let's Find the Tourist. Let's see how many tourists you can find in the arrival areas. Normally, 2.7 million people fly in and out of the Fort Lauderdale airport in July. Do you see, according to that, there should be about 90,000 people in and out of the airport today. How many do you see? Thank you, Governor DeSantis, for driving all the tourists away to California, I hear, and Cabos, Mexico, I hear. They're welcomed by Gavin Newsom there and by the Mexican president. And I believe the Mexican president had some pretty harsh words for your immigration policy, too. Believe it or not, your policies, your immigration policy, your anti-immigration policy, your anti-gay policy, your anti-African American policy, your anti-woke policy, your anti-education policy, your anti-history policy, your anti-women policy, they can't have abortions after 6 weeks, are driving everybody away. They've all boycotted and they've gone someplace else. Governor DeSantis, you are a loser, and no wonder you are failing in the polls. You'll never be president. It'll never happen. Thank you, Governor DeSantis.